Hi everyone, this is Julie Golding-Page, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in St. Stephen, New Brunswick, Canada, along the tidal Scudig or St. Croix River, the traditional territory and home of the Passamaquoddy, and I am really grateful that they share this beautiful place with us. So today I'm here for another episode of Kit and Cuppa, so I hope you have your favorite beverage at hand and are ready to watch a little crafting demo. I'll just be making one card from a kit. And before I do that, I want to give you a little bit of stamping news, but I'm going to just switch the camera down so that we can see a preview of the project, and we'll go from there. So as you can see here, we have some birthday cards today. I have the French version of the kit, but it does come in both French and English, so you can select whichever version you would like. And we will get to that just in a couple of minutes. So let me move this paper out of the way so you can find out how to get hold of me. You can find me at www.juliescraftaddict.com. And I have all kinds of things there. I have online classes. I have a brand new loyalty program that I just created today. So there is information here at juliescraftaddict.com. You can find my new loyalty program where you can earn free stamps. And I also have a free class that I'm giving out right now with a $60 purchase. And there's all the information about that there as well. So do check out all the specials. And Stampin' Up! Has some specials going on right now too. First of all, they have their clearance rack, which was just refreshed. So there's lots of new stuff in there. Great deals. They have their bonus days event, which is from now through the end of July. When you shop with me, you will earn a $6 coupon for every $60 spend. So if you spent $120 on your order, you get 2 coupon codes and so forth. So that's a really nice deal that's going on right now. And we also have our online exclusives, which have just gone live in the past week as well. And it's got all kinds of great Christmas stuff that you can purchase there. If you're looking for this particular one with the little truck punch, that bundle is currently out of stock, but it's supposed to be back next week because they knew that there was kind of going to be a run on that, and they will be back for everybody to purchase very soon. So for classes, actually no, I'll show you one of the online exclusive products first. It comes with this beautiful DSP, so there's all kinds of winter-oriented pictures here. And there's one with a fox, that's so cute. There's another winter scene, a different winter scene. Actually, that's the same one, isn't it? I've just got it from the opposite angle. Here's another one of the winter scenes, and there's just so many beautiful papers in here. Let me pull out another one for you so you can just kind of see what they look like. So here's another one with trees. So this is great, whether people celebrate Christmas or another winter holiday or no holidays in the winter, and you just want to make a birthday card or something else. This is a beautiful DSP, and it is called One Horse Open Sleigh. It comes in 6x6 format. So my free class that I mentioned before is using this stamp set, Coffee with Friends. Well, that's the one I'm using, but you can substitute something you have at home if you don't want to purchase that one. But it's a simple stamping class, so you can see it's very simple cards. And with that, you can get the class free, 4 cards. So I'll send you the packets with all the supplies, and you just supply the ink and the stamps to do it. And the adhesives, of course. But I'll send you all these pieces that you see on this card. So that's $60, and you get the 4-card packet for free. So that's on my website. You can go to juliescraftaddict.com and find out more. I'll also put a link after today's broadcast too. There is another class coming up, and it's called Bottled Happiness. So it involves this stamp set. And I'm also using the punch to punch out this little bottle shape. And I'll just take this out of the envelope to show you. And then inside I've got this one with a message in the bottle. See that nice little almost diploma kind of shape in there? And so we're also going to be doing some other seaside things with this punch and these shaker domes. You can see how they're popped up there. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. So you can find the information there under online classes at juliescraftaddict.com. And I've also got a kit class, so you can see that as well. It's got no stamping, so it's perfect for beginners. But let's get right on to our project today. So these are the 2 cards that come in the Light the Candles kit. So it's a birthday kit, and as I had mentioned at the beginning, it comes in either English or French. As you can see, I have the French version here. And I just wanted to let you know how easy it is to make this kit. It looks really complicated because it's got all these pretty things and it's got the cutouts and so on. But I want to tell you, these 2 cards you see here, I didn't make them. My 11-year-old daughter did. In fact, she helped me to teach the class when I taught this as an in-person class. Most of my classes are online, but this was in person. And you can see how nice a job she did. So if she can do it, I think you can all do it as well and get a really, really professional looking result. So the card that we're going to be doing today is this one here. And I'm just going to pull out the supplies to do that right now. So every kit that you get from Stampin' Up! Comes with the full instructions here. And you can see that this has got everything that you need right inside there. And it will tell you all the different pieces that you need to pull out for your card. So let's do that. We'll pull out all the pieces there. So this is the card base, and that's beautiful all by itself. We'll need these candles. So let's see if we can find those in the packet here. Oh, there's the colorful ones. Okay, so we'll get those out. And we need the cutout as well. So let me see if I can find that. My box is a little disorganized because I did use this in a kit class, and so I'm going to have to hunt a little to find it, I think. But, oh yeah, here we go. Here are the candles. So that's our candle cutout. And they have it all cut out for you, so you don't have to do anything. That's already die cut. Then we need this part. So I'm going to show you that a little bit closer. So you need this label. It's a rectangle. And you need another one in blue. So let's find those first. So they come in just little sheets and you punch them out. And they usually have extra ones. So if you make a mistake, you can always use one of the extras, or you can just keep them and use them later for something else. So we've got that one. And here's this one. Now, what else do we need? Okay, so we need these little things. Those are embellishments that also come in the kit. And they look like this in this kit. So they add a little bling, a little shine, which is very nice. This is the adhesive strips. So you've got a whole bunch of these adhesive strips in here. So you can see that's what they look like. They come in the packet as well. So it includes all your adhesives too. And you're going to need ink. Now, I had my little ink spot out at the class, and I brought it home, but I think I took it to the cottage in Ontario. So anyways, I will get my full-size ink pad so we can use that. But it does come with the ink that you need as well. So here's my Coastal Cabana ink pad. You need a block. It comes with a block. But again, I had removed mine because I taught this at a class. So there's my ink block. And then there's this thing here, which is a stamp. So it should have a stamp set in there. And I had my stamp set, but you know what happens? These things all disappear right when you need them the most. Aha, here we go. So here's my stamp set, and it's all in French, as I mentioned before, but you can get it in English as well. So there's my stamp set. And then I think there's just one more thing we're missing here, and that is this little rectangle, which is in Pool Party, one of the colors of Stampin' Up. And I misplaced that after the class that I taught with this kit because I've just got all the leftovers of the kit now. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a new one. So I have a sample card where I did have that on there. There's the little rectangle we need. So I'm going to grab my ruler, we're going to measure that, and we're going to make one out of Pool Party cardstock. So you can always replace a piece like that if you need to, if you lose it or for whatever reason can't find it. So this one is about 3/8 of an inch tall. And how much this way? Maybe if I did it in centimeters, it might be better. No, not really. So I think it's going to be, we're going to be stuck with 3/8 of an inch, which is a little bit awkward, but not too bad. And this way it's going to be 1 5/8. So 1 5/8 by 3/8. All right, so let's cut that right now. 1 5/8 by 3/8. I've got my trimmer here. So here's my Stampin' Up! Trimmer. And we're going to do 1 5/8 by 3/8. Okay, so I've just got a piece of my cardstock here. And let's see. It helps if I turn it up the right way, doesn't it? Yes, of course. Oh, well, there you go. Okay, so let's see if we can get 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so I want to make sure we get this right. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. So that'd be 3 right there. It's just a really small piece, so we don't need much. So you hardly use any of your cardstock. Whoops, I'm not getting any traction here with my blade. What am I doing? Oh, my trimmer is not working for me at the moment. Oh, because my blade is coming off. That would be why. Okay, so let's get that blade secured back in there. There we go. Now I'll make sure my measurement's correct. Yeah, it's at 3/8. There, now we're cutting. Okay, so I'll show you what happened to the blade there right after we get this cut. So we had 1 5/8 by 3/8 of an inch. Okay, so let's measure this way. So that's going to be 1, that's 4/8. This is 5 right here. And we will just cut that quickly. There. So very simple. And I'm just going to rub the edges there to kind of sand them off a little. And now we have our little rectangle in the right color. So let me show you what happened just now with my blade. So here on your trimmer, you can kind of see there's a little spot there. I don't know if you can get it in focus. There we go. So you see how that little spot kind of has a little bend outward right there at that point. I'll move it up. There, you can see that. That's so you can take your blade off. So you can take it actually out of the casing here and you can replace the blade. But I didn't want to replace my blade and I just kind of started lifting it out of there by mistake. And then it wasn't correctly positioned. So I just popped it back in through that little gap and now it's working perfectly again. So if there's something that is puzzling you about your equipment, ask another crafter or ask me and I'd be happy to hear about that and to help you out if I can, because there's all kinds of just little things like that that it's helpful to know. Okay, so let's start our card now. Here we go. So we got all our pieces, so we're going to go inside the instructions and see what to do next. So first of all, they're placing little mini glue dots there. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're just going to stick this paper with the colorful candles right onto the card base. So they don't tell you to fold the card base, but that's kind of obvious anyway. So we're going to fold that, and I'm going to use my bone folder. And just give it a nice crisp fold. There we go. And now we can add our multicolored candles. So I'm going to turn that over and I will need my adhesives, which I think are in the box. So let's find those. So they send you these free little dots. These are little mini glue dots. Stampin' Up! Does have another product that has mini glue dots, but they're actually on a roll like this, and they're quite different to use. These are really high quality, and these are just the little free ones they send you, but they're adequate for the project, so we're going to put them on there. But I just want you to know that if you're buying mini glue dots from Stampin' Up, these are not what you get. These are just the little free things that they put in their kits. but they stick really well too, so it's okay. They can just be a little tricky to get the covers off here, kind of that adhesive, or that backing on top of the adhesive there, or cover, I suppose. So let's stick those on. You can just eyeball it and kind of put it on wherever you like on the card. Okay. All right, so we've got that. And now what's next to do? Okay, so now we want our cutout, because we can see it on here, and we're going to put those glue strips along the outside. So these are foam adhesive strips. So we've got those, and we've got our little piece here that we're going to put them on. So I'll just move my card so you can see that really well. And these are really nice and narrow, and you can buy these separately as well. And they're a very nice product. They're very good for making shaker cards. If you ever make shaker cards, they're just perfect for that. And they're a really great size for this particular card that we're making today. They just fit in the gap there between the edge and the cutout. So we'll stick those on. And then we want one on the top and we want one on the bottom. So we'll put one there. It doesn't matter if they're really straight or anything, as long as they're not covering up the cutout, we're in business. Okay, so there we go. And we can go ahead and stick those on. And you can feel free to do this card in whatever order you wish. If you prefer to do all the stamping first, then by all means, go ahead and do the stamping, and then you can do the rest of the card afterward. Oh, hi, Kathy. It's nice that you can make it today. We're doing the Light the Candles kit. And I'm not sure if I said, but the reason I chose this kit today is that my birthday is coming up this weekend, and I love birthdays, and so I thought, well, let's celebrate my birthday with a birthday kit card. So that is the reason for doing this particular card today. Okay, so now we're going to do the stamping. So we're going to do this Hip Hip Hooray. So that's the long one here. Or you could use this other long stamp. I think that one would fit equally well because they both would fit on there really nicely. And then there's this one. It says, today's your day. So we'll want to find where that one is. What's it say in French? Let's see. So you got a few different things, but if you want, it's your day. So c'est ta journée. So that's it's your day. So that would be exactly the same thing in French as in English. So let's pick that one. And we will just pick that up with our block. And let's see, would this one fit on here? Yes, it would. Joyeux anniversaire. So let's do Joyeux anniversaire. And we'll put that on there. And they show you on the instructions actually to put it on diagonally. That's just so it will fit really well on the block. So that's what we're going to do. And because these are really long sentiments, I put them so that I could read them, so I could read the words. And then I picked them up with the block instead of placing them on the block because it's so easy to get them crooked when you do that. So that's what I like to do with these long sentiments. So now we can go ahead and stamp. So we've got our two things to stamp. I think that's all we've got. We'll look at our instructions. Yep, just those two things to stamp and we'll be all set. So I'm using my Coastal Cabana, and I had mentioned earlier that I had already used this kit partly because I taught a kit class in person. And so I don't have all of the pieces left anymore. So my Stampin' Spot has gone somewhere, and some of the other supplies have gone somewhere too, which is why I had to make one of these to fit. But the kit does come with all of the things you need to complete the projects. So I'm just going to condition this with my fingertips. So if you're getting a new set of photopolymer stamps, you will want to condition them with your fingertips. Otherwise, they won't stamp very clearly. It just gets off the bit of coating, I guess, that comes from the factory on the stamps. So I'd advise doing that first. and then stamp them onto your cardboard just to see if they work. And that's a pretty good image, so I think we'll go with that. I'll show you though. So that's what it looks like. That's pretty clear, so I think we can work with that. And now let's try out our other stamp, which is It's Your Day in English, or C'est ta journée in French. And we have the French set that I'm working with today. So let's stamp that and see how it did. All right, I'll show you that and you can see that as well. Yeah, so that image is pretty good too. If you're not getting a clear image with your photopolymer stamps after you've conditioned them, try conditioning them with your fingertips again. Those oils from your fingers will help. And if that fails as well, which sometimes it does, I would say use a Versamark stamp pad, which is a invisible kind of ink that's a watermark ink. And you can coat your stamp in that and then stamp it in your ink, and that should do the job. Let's see if we can get this kind of straight here. Alrighty. Now, how'd we do? Oh yeah, that looks pretty nice. So yeah, we're getting a really good image with that, so I'm pleased with that. Now let's try the other one. We're going to do it on our little piece here. So let's stamp there. And right in the middle of that as well. Okay. Oh yeah, that worked really well too. Look at that. Very nice and clear. Yeah, great. Okay, so let's go ahead and close up our ink pad so we don't make a big mess with our ink. Don't ask me how I know that's possible. And I will just open my chamois here and we will clean up our stamps straight away. I find it's better to clean them right now because it prevents staining for one thing, and also it prevents loss of stamps. It's amazing how easy it is to lose a stamp, even a fairly big one, just by having it get stuck to something else on your desk. So I like to put them away right away, and then I know that I have them and they're back where they should be. So there's our little stamp set. We'll move that to the side, and our blocks are all done now. Okay, so now we can finish assembling our card. So here's what we got so far, which already looks really good. You could even just leave it like that and be totally impressive. So let's take our different pieces here. So this is what we're aiming for. So the blue piece is underneath, and then the stamped pieces are over top. So the blue piece is going to be just stuck directly on. So here's one I did already. So I stuck it directly on. That's this one here. So we're using 3 of those glue dots. And then the white piece is going to have a strip of foam adhesive. So let's get those ready. There's the white one. Here's the blue one. Okay, so let's do the blue one first so we know we did that. We'll put 3 of those little dots on. So has everybody tried this one before? Anybody who's watching, I guess. I really like this kit. I've done it a couple of times now, and I just think it looks so nice. It's so cheerful, very colorful, and those cutouts are just fantastic. And then you've got this glittery background underneath them, which is really fancy. So I think they're really, really nice. Okay, so we'll just kind of put it about maybe there. Stick that down. Okay, and then next we're going to put a adhesive strip onto our white one here. Oh, one of my adhesives fell off there. I'll put that back. Okay, so we're gonna put that kind of on top of the blue, like that maybe. That's pretty good. And then what do we do with our little pool party piece here? Okay, that's that one. So they're putting it on with glue dots. What they're doing is they're putting it on the white piece with glue dots. Sometimes you have to kind of interpret some of the instructions, and that is what they have done. You could also just glue it down here with one of those adhesive strips. That would be totally fine too. So you can always change the instructions. They're always meant to be there to help you, but to not constrain your creativity. So if you're really wanting to change something, go for it. You know, it's all about the creativity. So there is no right or wrong answer in any of these things, and the instructions are meant to be really played with as much as you want to. So we just have one step left, and that's to put our little embellishments on. And I'll show you those again to remind you. They're just really pretty. And what they did was they put them on the candles, just to give the candles a bit of shine. So let's go ahead and we will do that too. So there's 1, 2, 3. And if you're finding these a challenge, let me just demonstrate something else here. This is called the Take Your Pick tool. This is a sharp edge which can be used for poking out die cuts or for other things. And this one has putty, as you can see. So it's a really helpful thing because you can put the putty end on your embellishment like that and pick it up. And then you can simply set it down where you want it to be. And it's way, way easier than trying to do that with your bare fingers. I don't know about you, but I find that challenging sometimes, especially with these teeny tiny little things. With the bigger embellishments, it's okay, but these are really small. So again, that is called the Take Your Pick tool. And I think it's well worth the money. It's less than $20, and I think you'll appreciate the amount you spent very, very quickly. So that is it for our card for the Light the Candles kit. So once again, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you have a look at my website, which is juliescraftaddict.com. Have a look at all of the different specials that are there. The ones that Stampin' Up! Is offering and the ones that I'm offering, like my free class with a $60 purchase. And also I have a brand new loyalty program where you can earn free stamps with purchases. So please have a look at that. And I hope you have a wonderfully crafty weekend. Bye for now.